Hi everybody, thank you guys so much for tuning in again today. Today I'll be showing you guys this nice blue colorful eye look that I just made up. We will see what you guys think about it. Don't forget to comment and subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I do upload new videos. Wasn't doing videos for a while, was a little bit busy, but now I'm back and I do want to hear what you guys would like to see in my upcoming video. I want to try to start vlogging a little bit more. I will be out of town coming up, so I'm going to try and vlog a little bit more about, you know, my modeling and my beauty secrets and things like that, so that way you guys can see more than just makeup when you're watching. I hope you guys like this, and if you want to see how I achieve this look, make sure you keep watching. Okay, so getting started, I'm going to mix my Bare Minerals foundation, which is a liquid, and Bare Caramel, and Fenty Beauty, which I just did a review on this. I kind of like it more mixed, so I'm going to mix like half and half of each and apply it to my face. Spray my brush with my setting spray, and then just dry it down a little bit and then just apply. Now I may need a little bit more, so I'm just going to spray my brush again and add a little bit more of the Bare Caramel because I just think that that one's a little bit more smoother. So I'm going to add that and apply a little bit more, just for a little bit more coverage. Now this is my first time trying one of these brushes. You actually want to make sure that you hold the back with your finger because it can snap. I've heard things about them snapping really easily. You don't want to hold it by the handle. You kind of want to rest your finger behind it and apply the powder that I love to use. I use this under my eye before I use liquid because it's kind of better for the under eye area. So I always start with this first. I'm just going to take a little bit of this and apply it under the eye. I'm more darker in the inner corners, so that's the area that I focus on first. Just want to make sure it's blent really smooth. Blend it all the way in. Next technique is a technique I actually learned from Nikki Tutorials, and I'll have her information at the bottom. She actually used a setting powder over top of her liquid, but what I like to do is I like to dampen my sponge a little bit and dip it in the setting powder and just pat it on. She used kind of like a puff, like a circular puff, and puffed it in, but I'm just going to try it with this little spongy here and just go in with the setting powder all over my face. I have a booger. I got better. I also broke my nail too, so that's what this little band-aid is about. So I'm gonna go get that done soon. Yeah, I kind of think that the circular sponge would work a lot better than this. This is just very small and it seems like it's gonna take a while to blend it in. So if you do want to use this technique, I would recommend you using the circular sponge. It's like not even a sponge, it's like the little powder puff that comes in the little setting powder container, but I kind of threw mine out. Should have kept it, and that would have worked wonders. This is just to help your makeup last longer throughout the day. Next step, I'm going to use concealer under the eye, and I'm just going to spray my face with some more of the Fix Plus by MAC and put that all over. And like Nikki said in Nikki Tutorials, she recommends that you use something to fan your Fix Plus down. That'll help everything stick better. Gets it a little tacky. So now I'm going to take concealer and go ahead and blend that in under the eye. Not going in. That's a very sensitive area. You really don't want to put you don't want to put much product right in that inner area. That's such a sensitive spot. So I kind of drag the concealer from the outer spot of the eye and drag it in. Next, I'm going to use some correcting concealer, which is orange. This color cancels out any dark spots, dark circles under the eye. Now I'm going in with kind of a deeper concealer that's closer to my skin tone. I'm just going to try and blend that correcting concealer out. This is like a concealer kit here that you can use to like correct your under eye area. So this is what I'm using, and I use a few different tones here. I'm going to begin applying mineral foundation, and I'm just going to dab that on and lightly start brushing around the entire face. Also, patting the minerals in kind of fills the pores. I like to apply my mineral foundation like this also. Ooh. Yes, you guys have noticed I did cut my hair off again. You guys noticed, if you guys were following me, 2016, I had a very short haircut. It was along the Amber Rose side. It was very short and blonde, but I grew it out like almost the whole year and then decided to cut it off again. I just think it fits me, it suits me. I model, so I mean, it gives me a really nice bold look. So comment what you think about that. Over that foundation with a little bit more setting powder. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to pat that setting powder in my entire face so it'll kind of get in those pores. Underneath the eye where I had concealer. So I'm just going to take a little bit more of that mineral powder with a smaller brush and blend that out underneath the eye. You want your makeup to look as seamless as possible, so you just want to make sure that you really blend out any creasing in any area. Sometimes people may have a little bit of buildup around the nose, mouth, so you want to make sure you really get that together. Now, I may or may not have recorded myself. I thought I recorded myself doing my brows, but I checked the footage and I don't think it picked up. So right now I'm just going to blend out the top of my brows because that's where I left off. I'm going to begin to finish shaping them out with my brow gel. Now I'm just going to add some more concealer underneath just to give it that nice sharp shape. That's what the line looks like underneath, and then you want to just go ahead and blend out. stay. Let's go ahead and dry them off. Okay, now for the fun part. I'm going to do the eyeshadow. And of course, to get that nice bold blue tone that I want, we're gonna have to use a white base, which I'm gonna look crazy once I put it on. It's gonna be a bunch of white around the eyes, but that's our base. So we're gonna go ahead and apply that base all over the lids. You're just gonna you're gonna tap it into the lid. Now we're going to add some of that primer right underneath too, because we're kind of going to smoke the blue out underneath. So we're going to need some white right underneath the eye. Now this is actually a Jeffree Star lipstick, and I love it because you can use it for an eyelid primer, and you can use it for your lip as a base for an eyeshadow over your lip or whatever you want to create on your lip. This is just a perfect, and it is called Drug Lord by Jeffree Star, and I love his lipsticks. So now that the base is applied, I'm going to dip into this tone right here. That's our first tone. We're simply going to start at the bottom of the eye and work around at the top. Any fallout, we're definitely going to clean up underneath the eye once we're finished. So if you do get fallout, that's going to be cleaned up. This is tone number 2 we're going into right here, right in between the area that we already applied. Blue right here. Bring that over. So this is the glitter we're going to use in the center. Before we add the glitter, we're going to have to prime the lid. So I'm going to take, actually I want a different brush. So I'm going to prime the lid. And any fallout that you have, we're going to clean that up anyway. You want to make sure you put enough primer when you use a loose glitter. Now I'm going to move on to the other eye, and I'm going to make sure I put enough primer. Add our black. I'm going to dip into our black. Start cutting the creases on the eye. Staying on the outer corner all as well. Make sure all of the harsh lines are blended out. Now The black to me is the most important part of this look because it kind of adds that depth that we need. Adds the intensity to the eye. So you want to make sure you blend enough black around the eye so that your eye really stands out. I'll go ahead and add false lashes on. I'm going to line the top a little bit, not too much, but just a little. Now I want to blend my real lashes into the false lashes, so I'm just going to take some mascara and really coat the real lashes as black as you can get it so that way it matches the false lashes. I always use like a couple different mascaras just to really coat my lashes. I use a couple different. How pretty is that? So next we're going to, now that the lashes are put on, we're going to clean up under the face. We're kind of going to finish the whole face, kind of add a little bit more foundation on and clean up underneath the eye. Okay, next I'm just going to finish dusting the rest of my face with some mineral foundation. A white primer right in the inner corners of my eyes because we're going to add like a purple right in the tear duct area. Just want to let that dry down for a few seconds. Now we're going to dip into our next color. Add your white base. Glitter all over me. Now I'm going to try my best to attempt the false lashes at the bottom, but I'm drawing them, so we'll see how that'll look when I finish. I think it'll make the whole look just come together. So next I'm going to move on to contouring and highlighting. So let's start highlight, and I can use this one for today. Should be okay. It's a little bit darker than what I normally would like to use, but I did not like the drawn on lashes, so I took that off. So I'm just going to continue with highlighting and contouring. And I already did my nose, my lip, starting on my cheek now. Maybe if I perfect the drawn on lash, it would look better, but I haven't done that really. I've done it one other time, but this time it just didn't look like it went with the look. I think just this is enough, like the blue and the purple and all of that. I think that the glitter, I think that that's enough. I think drawing on anything just makes it look overdone. So next we're going to contour, and I'm not going to do it too deep because we do want with this look, I want the blush to be a little bit more visible, so I don't want too much bronzer going on in this. We're going in with blush, contouring around the nose area, and that's it for contouring after that. Alrighty, lastly I'm going to add my lipstick, and Going to add some gloss over top. And that's the final look. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the bell so that way you know when I upload new videos. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next video.